But it was quite, I don't know how to use the phrase. So for Akpabio, he felt that Peter Obi could have actually done better in reacting to certain issues. For example, he's talking about the Labour Party crisis and how the Labour Party crisis seemed to have devolved further. And the way you have a Peter Obi who wants to be in charge of this nation, who cannot actually handle the party affairs, how come he can take care of the affairs across Nigeria, specifically a country infested with Boko Haram? I want to actually play that response so we can hear Akpabio in his own words describe the situation with Peter Obi at the National Assembly, where they're supposed to be debating on issues that concern the people. They were throwing shades. All right, let's listen to him.
And yet, when someone makes a statement that the labors of our heroes pass, I invent. I beg to disagree. Let our brother Peter Obi show leadership. And yet, when somebody makes a statement that the labors of our heroes pass, I invent. I beg to disagree. Let our brother Peter Obi show leadership like Edwin Clark did by resolving first the crisis in the Labour Party. For a man who wants to run Nigeria, you have one of the smallest parties in Nigeria, and you cannot even resolve the crisis in that Labour Party. Is it the crisis of Boko Haram that you will come and resolve in Nigeria? I would like us to be known for what we did when we had the opportunities. As I speak now, I can tell you about the dualized thoroughfares in my state. I can tell about the flyovers in my state. I can tell about the best international hospital in my state. I can tell about the monuments of government houses that are built, both for the governor and deputy. I'm one of the best digitalized governor's office in Nigeria. I can tell you about the best international stadium in West Africa. I can tell you about the free and compulsory education that I did for all Nigerians. I can tell you about the unity I brought in religion by sponsoring over 5,800 Muslims to the Holy Land and over 12 to 15,000 Christians to Rome and to Jerusalem. But then, those who are aspiring as presidential candidates and trying to cause division with their mouths, using the social media, tell them to resolve the small crisis in the smallest party they have in Nigeria first, before they come to talk about the larger Nigeria. But for the social media, it is unregulated. I wish you luck as you have a field day. I'm saying this because this is what Edwin Clark would have advised if he were alive. So I've started to speak his voice. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And on that note, may we rise to observe 1 minute silence in honor of this icon.
All right, this was concerning the whole Edwin Clark situation, talking about the edifice, the icon Edwin Clark, and the statements that were made by Peter Obi at the time, where a lot of persons have come out to address the reaction. And Akpabio too was one of the persons to lend his voice. You remember that a lot of persons have opened their mouth to react to what he said. So the big question was, is he the only one that has been talking lately? You've had legal practitioner Femi Falana calling out the government. We've not heard any one of them giving any backlash. We've heard Atiku Abubakar calling out the government. We've not had anyone giving any backlash. Showoretu has been speaking out and calling the government all sorts of names, and nothing has happened. So, well, we'll say that is how politics works and how the environment is. The reason why we're talking about this, it seems like this particular movement or this particular individual seemed to be something that a lot of people did not see coming, and came third and had a followership that seemed to be very amazing and wholesome. So what is actually happening? What exactly is the problem? All right, exactly. So Arabambi is also spilling. I think I talked about it during the World News at 6, where he was talking about the fact that the Labour Party, the members within the Labour Party, specifically those who are loyal to Peter Obi, are the ones who caused the problem of the Labour Party at the 2023 elections, that they couldn't present the materials, that is results at the polling units, because they couldn't pay party agents 10,000 naira. So across the 56,000 polling units, there were no party agents who could bring out any evidence of the result that was used, and that what happened was they couldn't present these results at the tribunal. So in other words, that the Labour Party lied against the judiciary. Meanwhile, it was them that caused it, and that Peter Obi wanted the issue covered up. So it was the Labour Party that failed the people. It was the Labour Party, that is these individuals, that failed the party and failed the people because they refused to pay party agents. And he said the persons who were responsible for this are those who has absconded from the party. He mentioned Valentine Ozigbo, he mentioned Aisha Yusufu, he mentioned Oseloka Obasi. So the big question is, if all of this is coming out now, what is the future of the Labour Party? Julius Aburi is still holding on to the mantle of leadership. Senator Nanadi Usman is also saying that Peter Obi should not, Aburi should no longer parade himself as the chairman of the party. INEC has distanced themselves from the report that circulated across yesterday that they re-enlisted Julius Aburi, that it had nothing to do with them. Nanadi Usman came out to say that it is Julius Aburi and his mischief making that is doing all of this to cause the confusion. So who would the supporters of Peter Obi or the Obedient movement, how will they encourage or reinvigorate their faith, their belief in what they consider to be someone they felt won the elections in 2023? Meanwhile, you have the opposition claiming that the APC is the one adulterating the effectiveness of the opposition parties, but you're saying literally what is going on, almost like the opposition parties are using their hands to cut off the feathers of their party and leave them vulnerable in the cold. So we'll be looking into this as well in the course of the conversation. Meanwhile, the AGF, Attorney General of the Federation, has come out to make some clarifications about the extradition, the supposed extradition of Simon Ekpa. Now, the AGF came out to say that it was the press that misconstrued his statement that was made at an event, that what he was trying to reiterate was the federal government was considering seeing how they could possibly have a conversation or through legal channels or diplomatic relationship with the government of Finland for Simon Ekpa to be extradited. But they never said that the Finland government had acquiesced. They never said that it was certain that the extradition of Simon Ekpa, which is supposedly sounded sacrosanct at the time, that he never said so. So the question a lot of Nigerians now went on to ask was, if you never said so, how come you waited a month after to respond? You allowed the speculation to circulate across social media platforms, across the media channels. You didn't react to it. In fact, twice. This particular story circulated twice, and you affirmed and confirmed seemingly with your silence without wanting to clarify that that's what it is. So Nigerians now said, if you could actually utilize your agency in strategizing to have this man extradited, why have you not been able to clear out Boko Haram in the country? Why have you not been able to use the names from the United Arab Emirates telling you that 400 persons through Bureau de Change are sponsoring these illegal elements who are frustrating Nigerian safety and their economy? You've not been able to utilize the strength of your intelligence gathering in the NIA, in the DSS, but you're able to have been worked on getting the extradition process acknowledgeable with the Finland government. So why take you 1 month to come out and re-clarify that that's not the case? So these obviously are one of the issues that we'll look into this evening on the evening rush. Okay, now apparently as it stands, the Nigerian army, that's troops, have been able to rescue 31 kidnapped passengers in Kogi. That's a beautiful development. However, 7 persons are still missing, but they're hoping that with culminated effort and synergy they'll be able to track them. That's a very beautiful situation to consider there, as well as a possible good development. Now Fund 2 has pledged to combat fraud and partner security agencies, and they're even calling on students and the universities to do proper registration so that the fund can be properly utilized and accounted for. And now Fund is coming out to make this reiteration because of what the ICPC had reported last week or earlier this week, that about 28 point something million out of the 100 billion given to the students is what has only been disbursed to universities for students, and that 71 point something is unaccounted for, that it had been mismanaged. Then the following day, barely 24 hours after the ICPC released a report, they came out to tell us that it was an error. It wasn't true, that it was an error in the auditing. They didn't look at it, or it was a phrase that caused that particular misconception, and so it's not true. There is no fraudulent activity within Now Fund and all of that. And I want you to know that that very day that the ICPC released that report, the Ministry of Education called for an immediate meeting that evening. All the university management and executives were called together for proper investigation and auditing of the Now Fund. And then less than 24 hours the following day, ICPC told us that they erred in their report. Again, these are the inanities that we're looking at today on the evening rush. All right, like I said, it's quite a lot happening in the country, and we must actually judiciously look into these issues and present them appropriately without any sentiment whatsoever. So again, in the aspect of certain relationships between political members in the polity, is Natasha and Akpabio. Their matter is still there, open down. There's this heated conversation is still on as to an apology, which obviously Senator Akpabio felt that Natasha Akpoti should have tendered to him, because he felt that she slandered his personality, defamed his personality without proof. You remember that there's this Professor Mbeke who came out with certain transcripts of chats, communications that she had with Natasha Akpoti, which she reeled out on one of her social media platforms that went viral, where she said that Natasha Akpoti said she wanted to ensure that Akpabio was removed, and that she was going to use the sexual allegation, whatever, against him. She also said that she had an intention to, she's ambitious to be the Kogi state governor at some point. Natasha Akpoti, however, has not come out to say anything, because Sandra Duru, which is obviously Professor Mbeke, was telling her that she's waiting for Natasha to sue her to court. I remember there is a court order telling Natasha and Akpabio not to discuss this matter anymore in the press. They should rather allow the matter to be taken care of in court. So there was an apology letter that Akpabio said Natasha should tender, but what she tendered was a mockery. She was very sarcastic in that response, and right now she's responding because Akpabio said he was going to sue her for that mockery of a response to that apology letter, and she told Akpabio via a particular statement she made. She said that she has filed nothing in court related to sexual harassment. That's what Sandra Duru is saying, that Natasha has not filed anything in court related to sexual harassment. She has not said anything though, but the matter is in court with the legal counsel of Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti. But Senator Natasha went out to say that Akpabio is trying to infringe on her freedom of speech. She went quite a lot in all the things she said about it. She said Akpabio is trying to restrict her ability to respond, to say anything concerning what happened to transpire between both of them, and that the letter was supposedly meant to be a reconciliatory effort, and that she responded in the letter. So why is Akpabio hounding her? That's one of the things that she talked about. So we'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation this evening. However, before I go further, let me introduce my guests in the studio. I already mentioned their names, but they're already here with us this evening. I actually have Barrister Evans Ufeli, who is an international lawyer, a political and social affairs commentator. He'll be giving us his purview into the conversation this week. I also have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, who refused to come in for my show, for this program, I think 2 days ago, because Arsenal was playing ball. He refused to come in that day. He said no, nothing can take him from his football. And actually have Mr. Lawal Ekundaya as well right here in the studio. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good
evening. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Lagos.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid.
You refuse to tell them also that I said that football is my first wife. Our sports is my first wife. And my wife is aware of that. So, especially when Arsenal is playing, you can't take me away from that, from watching it. Even if you want to give me money, you will it.
Okay.
Except
so
you are giving me billions, or then I can forfeit or millions of hundreds of millions.
Anyway, welcome to the Evening Rush.
Thank you.
Let me start off with what Akpabio said today about what was his name, Mr. Peter Obi, at the chamber. Would you consider it abnormal? I'm referring to you, Barrister Tunji. Akpabio said at the chamber concerning, in response to what Peter Obi said about Edwin Clark. You remember that he said if Peter Obi, who could not handle the crisis in a small Labour Party, how does he want to handle a situation as complex as that of Nigeria that is already been infested with Boko Haram, and reeled out all his accomplishments when he was the governor of Akwa Ibom compared to what Peter Obi was able to accomplish when he was the governor of Anambra State.
That's normal political statement or political response as far as they are concerned. You know, the issues about politics. And I am surprised, or I'm even concerned, when he was reading out his achievement, talked about sending people to Hajj and what's it called? Israel. I am surprised that could be an achievement for a governor, that sending people to and whatever. He said he built a hospital, international hospital or whatever, and a week after leaving, some weeks after leaving the office, he got a little accident in Abuja. The next hour, he's already abroad. He can't go to that particular hospital. So if that hospital is that standard enough, he should have been there. So for me, and he's even talking, you see, this habit in our country where leaders who are using public money to do something will be saying, I built a hospital, I built this and that. Is this his money? What is his responsibility? For me, you see, it's a political, we are in a political, they've started 2027 already, very early, they've started it. And then everything they want to have will be about politics. So for me, I don't see anything that is not new in that thing that he's saying. It's normal way of response for politicians. They talk about that and they throw jab at themselves whenever they are not. If Obi should go to APC tomorrow now, you will see the same Akpabio praising him and say, this is the best man we have gotten. This man, this is an asset to our party. This is the man, this is with brain. You will see them elogizing and giving him such a name. So don't be surprised. You see the man from my friend's state now, the governor.
Who's your friend's state?
Evans. His governor a few months ago, or the people from that the Aokoa, few months ago, he was being said to be what? To be a thief, and then he's been alleged of this and that. Today, he's being praised by them. So don't bother yourself about this particular this statement from the politicians. They are all like that. They are, and it's about they don't address issues. When we raise issues rather than address the issue, they will attack the messenger. So you people will now forget the message, and that's what is happening. And they know you people too well. In fact, I love your job. You don't lack a work. They give you news every day. They give you story every day. Whether relevant or not, they will push it to you, and you people will start pushing for them.
Okay,
so become a popular story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't want to disagree with you. That it's only Obi that they do.
No, it's not me. It's the general purview. The
no,
conversation out there.
I disagree with
that. The attack is all over.
That Falana say something, they did not attack him.
Yes.
I think there is nobody that will speak against this government that they will not attack. Just like let me borrow the word of Idube. Say they have the attack dog. The attack dogs are always there to respond. They will not respond to your issue, but they will it's rather than respond to the issue you raise. They rather attack you, and you people now forget the issue and start talking about the person, and that's what you are doing now. They know how to narrow down the issue for you people, and to take you away from the main issue.
Barrister Evans feeling.
Yeah.
So yesterday, the president went to Anambra State,
Yes.
and again, what a lot of persons reacted to was because Chukwuma Soludo said he will make sure that Anambra is for APC in 2027. Now, people were surprised. For example, I had an interview with Barrister Fred Nzako, and Barrister Fred Nzako said Anambra has always been a betrayal or something. They always align with the government of the day and stuff like that. Others said that maybe Chukwuma Soludo was trying to be politically strategic, being wise. The other governors who are in the opposition parties are trying to connect to Abuja, even if they've not defected, because they don't want that state of emergency, whatever, on them. They don't want some searchlight on them. They don't want any form of intimidation from the federal government. So they're trying to show support. It doesn't mean they're not on the opposition. Others are saying that in the Igbo, that's the Igbos, should learn to become politically savvy. That because if they can't get it alone in a complex nation like Nigeria, and that Soludo is being smart in the statement he made. It's just on the surface. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is. But did he do anything wrong by saying that as an opposition state anyway, the ABGA, saying that Anambra for 2027, is he speaking for himself or speaking for the people of Anambra that APM were Tinubu for 2027, that they're going to hold down, show him full support?
No, he couldn't have been speaking for the people. The governor didn't speak. What the governor did there was psychophancy, eye service.
And
you have invited the president of the country to come and commission a project in your state. And in that gathering, should you be talking against the president, or should you be if you want to malign anyone, should it be the president whom you just invited and has honored your invitation and mixed his tight schedule? Of course, you will make statements that will make him feel good. Whether he's speaking for himself or he's speaking for the people of Anambra, the people of Anambra will decide that during the polls. Okay, it's not going to force them or put guns in their head to vote Tinubu. Okay, civic responsibility is a social imperative. Okay, so is your prerogative. Except that the ruling party had, captured INEC and the people, because the people will surrender their vote for money. They will sell it definitely, and INEC will do the needful. Okay, so if we can work on the people and INEC, then we can have a 2027 that will be highly contested on the basis of merit. But as long as the people are the way they are till today, the way they are now, and then INEC is still the way it is now, the incumbent government will take over again. Okay, so those two indices must be dealt with, and the earlier we start, the better, because if we don't, 2027 is not far away.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
this is the only. Do you know that Kebbi PDP members, after meeting the president, they've done PDP to defect to APC?
Very well. More people will defect. In fact, by the time we're having
all
that
of
election,
them are defecting to APC. No more PDP.
Yeah, but you see, because the strategy that the president deployed by using extra constitutional means to govern. Okay, so that River State panic and shock is there, plus the politicians' greed and their eye service, and their intention to always return to do second term. They always want to be there, remain there. That is the problem. Then in this whole shenanigan, where are the people? Where do you place the people? If politics actually is intention to entrench perpetuity as against the interest and aspiration of the people, then where do you put the people? So should we change the definition of democracy? Because what I'm seeing in the Nigerian democracy, the people don't come into the equation. And democracy is supposed to be the harbinger of the people, but they are absent in the equation. So we have a political algorithm, or let's say a political calculus that is not adding up at all, because the moment you take the people out of the equation, you don't have democracy. So what you just have is oligarchy, a government of few persons controlling the resources of the state and doing all what they like, and that's exactly what we have here. Soludo may be speaking to just save himself from unnecessary trouble.
Unnecessary trouble. Isn't he confident that he will win the Anambra governorship elections in November?
That's left to the people.
I'm just saying, because I mean, I've seen the response on Space. A lot of Anambrarians are like, okay, fine, they rather go for Chukuma Soludo than the APC guy that is there, right? So what if it seems like you seem to have the support, the major support of your people? I'm sure you, as a governor, you've been hearing feelers. Why did you now have to say this? What about those who, for no reason, they don't just like the party, the APC at all, and then you affirmed your support? The sycophancy will do what? What exactly would the sycophancy do? That the APC would leave or stop supporting their own candidates for the elections in November to support you just because you said Tinubu for 2027?
Politicians have their way, okay?
Okay.
Yes. You remember the elections before the last elections?
Right.
In River State, where Wike was funding the governorship of a different political party to bring down that political party.
Yeah.
Politicians have their ways. You understand? This one is saying Soludo. You will be surprised that Soludo will be working in concert with the APC gubernatorial aspirant of that state. And they'll be doing complete damage. The people are oblivious. You see, the people are just working blindly. What these politicians, that is why they don't sleep. When you are asleep, they are orchestrated.
2 a.m.,
yes.
1 a.m.
When you are sleeping, they have orchestrated everything.
Life, you must not be sleeping all
they did it.
All time.
They did it to the point that in the last election, they concluded the meeting and announced the result that same hour.
When we were sleeping.
Okay, so before you woke up into a change, you woke up into a different dimension. Okay, so they will always they know how to go around, because the people are not also equipped to even stand them.
All right.
Is it money you want to bring to stand the politicians, or what do you want to bring?
Okay.
Except you are going to orchestrate the super sensible, the extraterrestrial, where they also have their arsenals and alliances there. So they are so powerful, but this power they have, the people must wrestle with them, no matter how it is. Even if we think we have lost it completely. There come a time when the people have to define what democracy should be as it is.
Mr. Lawal Kundaya, I'm sure a couple of persons will be asking you guys now every day, PDP, APC, politics. This is a season of politics, right? The reason is this. A lot of Nigerians call on this platform, complain that they are tired of the current government, but we are seeing opposition parties join the current administration. So it's now like what we are complaining about is like they're not seeing or feeling it. Because if that was the same thing, if they were resonating with the people or with some people that don't support the president, they will not be defecting to the APC. So there is obviously something about the APC that makes these people want to defect there. According to the APC, they've said that their party is attractive. Now, let me come here again. Peter Obi represented something that was different from the usual norm of the whole political theatrics, the dynamic. The 2023 elections proved it. You understand? They wanted clean politics. They wanted somebody who represented that white paper, that cleanliness without any form of debt or rigging or thuggery. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. That was basically what was represented. I think that's why they follow through with him. It could have been anybody. Nigerians just wanted change in 2023. Peter Obi just happened to be the person. It could have been a Yemi or Shibajo. It could have been someone that people just liked. But he just happened to be that person in 2023. So why are we speaking about him? His party, the Labour Party, seems to be under the mud. It's really bad. For example, Arabambi, he has 10 different mouths. So a couple of persons can't even believe one statement he makes. But he was on a Monitor television program, I think yesterday or earlier on today, and he said that the issue with the Labour Party started with them. That during the 2023 elections, 56,000 polling units, they could not attest for party agents to present results at the tribunal when they went there. That because the Labour Party refused to pay these party agents 10,000 naira and they absconded with the results. So at the election tribunal, when they were meant to present this as evidence, they couldn't present it, and they couldn't also use the IREF portal because some of the results on the IREF portal were blurry. So you're supposed to have your own party agent to counter whatever it is the INEC portal could not give you. There were no party agents, there were no results. They didn't have results at their end, and INEC couldn't obviously help them at that particular time. So he is now saying that the persons who were the cause of this are the ones who have absconded. He mentioned Valentine Ozigbo. He mentioned Aisha Yusufu. He mentioned Pastor Itwa Igodalo and Oseloka Obazi. All these members have left the Labour Party, citing that the party is these greedy people who are the management and all whatnot, but that they were the ones that caused it. Now, Arabambi is also saying that Peter Obi went to court to lie against the judiciary when he knew the truth about the Labour Party and that he tried to cover it up. So my question to you, as an ordinary Nigerian who is listening to what this man is saying, despite all the different things that he has said, because if I begin to reel out all his tapes now, back to back, we will not have time to have a proper conversation on this program. Why are you saying this now? During the tribunal period, we had you and Arabambi causing confusion. There was no focus. Why didn't you say it that you guys could not pay party agents? Didn't you join in covering up? That's one. Two, last month or 2 months ago, you came out and told us that you had reconciled with Peter Obi and that automatically he's the one that is going to carry your ticket in 2027. So you coming out to reel out this, what do you intend to achieve? Are you placing the final nail on the coffin of the party?
No, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, that's a big talk. And a big question. Now let me clarify something. People said agent party, they didn't Labour did not pay agent party, this and that. But they didn't talk about INEC. What happened to the INEC portal that we cannot go there and pick results? That is the big question. It's not about the agent. You understand? You see, INEC is a body itself. It has to be credible. So the question is the body itself. Before you go to the leg, the body itself, the head, which is INEC, is already, is already under the scrutiny. Is being questioned by the people. You get what I'm saying? That there are things that INEC did during the election are supposed not to be done. And you are talking about a party agent. What about INEC results? There are so many controversies about the INEC results. the portals, they couldn't go to the portal, to the website and get results there. Is that how it's supposed to be? No. So forget about the party agent. Let's just first INEC. Because what happened in 2023, even if Labour has 5 agents at the polling booth, INEC will still do the same. If INEC did what it did now, what do you think is going to happen? You get it? Look at what the court says that it's not the beavers is not required. Is that not it? They said it's not required. So what are we now talking about? We are talking about party agent that is ordinary to where the head itself is already having a big issue. You get it? So that is that error there. This INEC we should face. Reformation of INEC, question the INEC chairman, let him face the panel, tell us what he has to say about all this, and let him be, questioned. That is what Nigerians are asking for, not what they are saying about whether there is an agent or no agent, whatever this and no.
But you remember that during the tribunal, Peter Obi at the time petitioned the 36 resident electoral commissioners of the state, the resident electoral commissioners of all the 36 states, saying that they were trying to frustrate their efforts in getting documents for them to prove at the tribunal. Yes, it was because of that. Now, the Presidential Tribunal then asked the Labour Party to bring proof that they indeed wrote to summon the resident electoral commissioners to present documents to prove about these polling units and the results. Like you said, they said that the resident electoral commissioners of the 36 states were actually frustrating the summons. So the big question is that while Peter Obi alongside some of the members said that this was one of the reasons why they couldn't get some viable documents, the thing is, according to what Arabambi is saying, he's saying that where is your own party agent? For example, if you come to the tribunal and say, INEC, where is my polling unit result? INEC brings something that is blurry or not, whatever, because obviously you need to see the signature of the resident electoral commission on it. But you have your party agents to counter, because sometimes they complain that INEC inflates results. They add numbers at the election results of any of these polling units presented, which is part of the rigging process. So if you have your party agent at the polling unit, your party agent can prove. So, but that Peter Obi's team they had no party agents to prove 56,000 polling units. So even if you're saying that INEC as an institution had erred from the onset, that why wasn't 10,000 naira paid to these people?
Okay, see, that is an issue. That's a minor issue.
That's a minor issue. Which supposedly affected the outcome at the tribunal.
No. That's why even if they have five agents at the polling unit, there will still the same thing will still happen. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
What you are saying is that INEC was not I want to use the word shortcoming. It didn't measure up to expectation. You get INEC supposed to bring out all these old documents. You get it clear for everybody to see. That is mandatory for INEC. Even if, like me, let me say I contested and I do have an agent in a single polling unit, does that mean that I cannot get a credible result? Because I am not the body to conduct the election. I am not the body that conduct the election. The body that conduct the election as is expected, you get, to measure to that standard. Where are your documents? They ask for INEC document, they are showing blood documents. And then you are telling me that it is the party agent. What has that party agent got to do with it? These are two issues. INEC itself is the one to be blamed for everything, because what you bring out, put yourself at that high level that is expected of you, then let the other people stand their home. But INEC itself presented something that is broad, the whole INEC, with all the money they collected, with all electronic transmission and everything, could not present, you get, credit documentation of the election that is clear enough, and you are blaming party agents. And what about the INEC itself is the body, not the party agent. The party agent is just there to monitor what is happening. The body itself is the one that's supposed to do the credibility and supposed to present all the documents clear for everybody to go and see. You can go there, anybody can go. Somebody in primary 5 can go to the INEC website.
All right.
So you are not. This is not a party agent issue at all.
All right.
It's the credibility of INEC that is found wanting.
All right.
And that's what we should face.
Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, during the tribunal and during cross-examination, there were about 2 witnesses who gave contradicting statements. For example, under cross-examination by Abubakar Mahmoud, that is INEC's lawyer, whose name was Ugoke, he said that the National Information Technology Agency Act stipulates that all technologies used by INEC must adhere to the ISO standard. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Edets, another Labour Party witness who is the head of the legal service, says such requirements do not exist under that act. That's one. 2, another person who highlighted what transpired at during the witness statements between both of them also mentioned that they could not actually account for some results at the polling units. Why I'm saying so is based on what Arabambi said. The question is, why is Arabambi coming out to say this? That's one. 2, nobody's trying to promote the Labour Party because now, as it seems, the internal wrangling in the party has supposedly disinterested a lot of Nigerians from wanting to trust the party in the future time. All right? But why is Arabambi coming out to say this? How after 2 years? What is the modus operandi? What's the aim?
Arabambi saying that probably one is
he's saying that the persons who have absconded from the Labour Party are the issues of the Labour Party and they are basically the obedience. He's also saying that they refuse to pay party agents and they lied against the judiciary during the tribunal.
I think the obedience are not part of Labour Party. You get it right. And I said it last time I was here.
Okay.
That if Obi is not careful, if they would throw the election of the Labour Party and it's free, he may not even win the primary. You know, I said so, but people think we are condemning Obi. Obi is not paying the right politics. That's what I'm telling you. The obedient who are not party of any, are not member of any party are your major supporters. And if they want to do primary, would they be there? They won't be there. They will screen them out. And that's how they this man, the former deputy governor of the CBN, from the is he ADP or PDP YPP or I can't remember his name again.
Kingsley
Moghalu. He didn't win that election because they play politics for him. He was banking on his intelligence that
ADC.
Yes, that when this guy won him, Kachuku, he was banking on that. They play politics against him, the party member people. He was surprised because he was thinking they will vote based on your integrity, based on your capacity and this and that. That's not politics. You see, I said this last time. When we say it, we want good for him, Mr. Obi. But people who are supporters of Mr. Obi, they don't like you talk about what Mr. Obi is not doing right. They don't like it.
So are you saying he doesn't know how to play?
I've been telling you that he's not doing. In fact, I agree with the senior president that Mr. Obi is not. I said it last time I was here. That is not doing enough to resolve.
When we're doing analysis during the election, after the election,
to the mic, yeah.
When we're doing the analysis after the election, when I said that the evidence that was presented by the Obi's legal team could not have ground any kind of victory.
Cannot.
Because first, I mean, now look at a party member, a chieftain of the party is confirming. Then when we're saying it, they were shouting at us that they won the election. You won the election. You said that your votes were given to Tinubu. Okay, now the court is now asking you specific questions. In how many local governments? In how many states? In how many polling units? You don't have particulars. So when you
wrote to the Residence Electoral Commission,
I also I don't want to even look at the court issue at all.
Okay.
Because me, I don't believe in that court system of a thing.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer.
When it comes to the court, this is not to also say approve. This is not to approve what the court did, though.
Okay.
No, I'm not even saying the court has done the wrong thing. I'm not saying they've done the wrong thing.
The evidence before.
I'm not saying the court has done the wrong thing. What I'm saying, I know.
But you know that INEC still has a long way to go, and that's the reason. Wait now, sir, Mr. Lawal. That is why party agents are needed, because you cannot trust INEC.
PDP had parties.
PDP. Are you not the one that's complaining?
Is working all over the place.
Are you not the one that's complaining that we were
election and it's still the election?
Mr. Lawal Ekunda, you just complained that
I have said it. We can't isolate one particular group and say this is the problem. It's a Nigerian system problem. We don't have system that is working. If you talk about INEC, you talk about police. Police are not done well. the INEC did not do well. The court again too. But it's difficult. I've said it that if you go to court, the way our system is structured today, it will be very easy for needle to go through the eyes of a camel than for a petitioner to win petition in our courts today. Without any ojoro, there is not even them doing. They want to follow what the law says. It will be difficult for you as a what's it called, as a petitioner to be able to establish your case, because you see, for example, like said it, although even though the law says maybe a bit is simpler, but they are not following it. Example, you are alleging irregularity in 1,000 polling units. What the Supreme Court is saying that means you require 1,000 witnesses at least.
Imagine.
At least, and we have 180. How many days to put that in court? 180 days. Where the time?
Imagine.
That's why I say is the way our system is structured. It's been structured in a way that it will be very, very, very difficult. You see, these people, when you are talking about Soludo is what he's trying to do. Just like Evan said, he's trying to play that game. That you see, our system is not guaranteed. So you must align with people in authority, people you see there that you consider as the power that be. Okay. In other words, that can influence things. I won't lie to you. Since the result of election in Edo, that's why you see most politicians from other party moving. They've seen that it's not about people's vote. It's about manipulation and how to influence
that
it.
Ondo was
so Ondo. So once you are not in tune with the people who controls who they see as the controller of the system, even if you win, they will know how to screw you out. In fact, if you go to court, and that's how you see them align. Some of them are trying to say we are aligned before election, though. Even though he did the same thing that Soludo is doing now. When he was looking for a second time, he was going to the president. So they want to see, and the president is looking for a second time too. You want that compromise. If you want to say, okay, don't worry, you support me, I'll support you. No wala. It's because we don't have system. If you have a system that is working, nobody will go to anybody. People will determine what. But as it is today, people cannot. People decide to vote overwhelmingly for a particular candidate, and the power that be don't want it, they will change it. That's why you see number 4 coming to number 1. Somebody asked me that question. I say, how can you be going to court and say you are the winner when you came distance 5th? I say, did you not see number 4? If number 4 did not go to court, will he be governor today? So in our system, until we have a system that will work, that's when we see all these issues. You blame INEC, you blame this and that, you blame everybody. We will be blaming ourselves. We blame politicians. In fact, we blame ourselves. We are supposed to blame ourselves too, because if you also participate, we are part of the system. That's what I'm saying. We have 80 million voter on the register of INEC, according to INEC.
Only 26%.
We have 26%. If 70-something millions decide to vote, they will not be able to manipulate.
That's what I keep saying.
But because you are not participating, you are saying a way you want people to you see, these politicians, you just said it now, that they don't sleep in the night. They are working day and night.
All right.
To achieve their own result. You are sleeping. You are waiting for one Mr. Evans. You are waiting for somebody else to come and fight for you.
Sir, let me say something.
No, respond to what you think.
No. Yeah, towards the end,
yeah.
He was saying something like the politicians have tried to follow the trend that who's in the power. That's when it's because these people, you get it, that find themselves in political offices don't really understand what politics is about. They don't. You get it. Politics is stronger in opposition than the ruling party. I'm telling you. Look at countries. But when it comes to taking power, the opposition are stronger than the president. Because
but you see the kind of
are you talking about Nigerian system or somewhere else?
Even Nigeria.
Which opposition Nigeria that when you say something against the government today, next tomorrow you see FCC at your door, or you see DSS looking for you,
your building or
the blow down your building. That's Nigerian system for you. They will paralyze all your business.
Wait, sir, let's
your businesses.
Okay.
You get it. Look at all the backlashes that the federal government is going through because of Fubara. Do you think it's easy to do it to another government the way he did it to Fubara? Do you think it's easy at this junction that the whole thing is boiling and everybody's, you get it?
What is boiling? When the main man is even the main man is working with them now.
I want to follow your train of thought, sir. You're saying that the opposition is actually stronger than the ruling party. That's what you're trying to say. Yes. You're trying to say also that the opposition themselves don't understand politics. They don't understand their power.
They don't.
Okay.
See, let me tell you something. There's a proverb in Yoruba. It says, You get it? It means that because snakes, they move in single. That's why it's easy for you to take a stick and kill them. If you see but maybe 100 snakes
at
coming
once,
towards
you run away.
With your gun, and you run. Everybody will disappear because they are coming en mass.
Mr. Lawal is talking about a country where things are works.
See, if you go to this world that politics is working now, they went through things like this. They understand. Even in Germany, before Hitler became a dictator, look at the way he did it. He started with opposition. You get so what I'm saying is because see, look at this.
So what is by Mr. Lawal? What is causing the opposition to be headless?
That is because they don't understand the power.
Are you sure? Okay.
Which power?
See, wait, look at what Soludo. Listen, look at what Soludo did. He's already bowing. You get it? You invited the president, it's normal, to come and help you, commission whatever. When you get there, you get.
Are you sure it's not just a political strategy? Like Barrister Ivan said, it's just psychophancy.
Strategy now to be on the side of the president and also on the side. So he's trying to.
You don't need to say this word. It's a dangerous word that my state will vote for. No, that is totally wrong.
What is dangerous in it?
You can do praises
in Nigeria.
You can mention some things. You understand? Because the moment you mention that word, you're already weakening the opposition in your state. You get what I'm saying?
And the elections is in November.
Yeah, you're already telling the people that this is the direction we are going. And that is already weakening the opposition. Look at what is happening about this opposition. See the way they are decamping. As if they don't understand. You could form You could form something that is formidable. You get it? And continue your opposition in a more stronger form. It is difficult for the presidency, you get it, the executive, to declare state of emergency in 2 states in Nigeria. It's not, you can do it to Rivers State. You can't go and do it to another state. In fact, you meet a stiffer, you get opposition there. It will not work. That is what, when it works there, the others are already afraid.
All right.
Mr. Lawal is. Mr. Lawal, let me just say something.
Okay.
What Mr. Lawal is saying is not that it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. But you see, when we are discussing Nigeria, let's look at Nigeria. Let's not go abroad and say in US, in this and that.
You see, the system. Stop using abroad.
The system in Nigeria is different from abroad. The politicians know.
From something like us. Now they even started from
you see, we have said it until we have a system that will work.
Barrister, we got in
and we are the one that will make the system work. We.
Now that is what we are.
We.
Okay.
Not politicians. We. You people are not politicians. You people.
Barrister Evans Ufedi.
Not politicians.
Okay, let me come.
Politicians will fight for you. They are looking for their own interest.
So, in the process of Professor Chukwuma Soludo, trying to commiserate and thank the president for coming, he said the last time a president visited for a commissioning was in 2012 for a brewery. But today, the president is here to commission roads spanning several kilometers, flyovers. I want to ask, what is the beef between Soludo and Peter Obi? You would think they're from the same state. They're brothers. Peter Obi was once a party member with ABGA. You remember in 2022 when a lot of encomiums were in Peter Obi, Soludo wrote an open letter to Peter Obi where he said a lot of things. Soludo did not refer to his immediate predecessor, which is what's his name? Forgotten his name. That Obiano. That had issues with Ojukwu. The wife had issues with late Ojukwu's wife.
Obiano is not his predecessor. Obiano is his successor.
So Obiano is whose successor? Okay,
Peter Obi's successor.
It's Peter Obi's successor, while Obiano is Chukwuma's predecessor. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. So Chukwuma Soludo's predecessor is Obiano. Now you're supposed to place your achievements with the person that just left, but he keeps referring to Peter Obi at all times. At the town hall meeting, when he came to speak with the traders and everybody in Lagos, he made reference again to Peter Obi. What is the issue? What's the beef?
He's obsessed with Peter Obi's achievements and the overwhelming support. The overwhelming support that Peter Obi seems to be getting anywhere he goes to. They are not much politically. Okay, being an academia, you have made your impact. Okay, as a CBN governor, you have made your impact. He was CBN governor for 2 terms, right? Okay. I mean, that is sufficient success and progress. You should just leave Peter Obi alone. Peter Obi is not doing badly at all. Okay. So for you to single him out at every occasion, I've been wondering why that is. I mean, the obsession to just to bring him down, and you cannot actually.
It's power play. It's power play.
And you cannot actually bring him down.
Like you said, it's power play. It's stronger than him.
You cannot. it shouldn't be. There should be no power play there because. There should be no power play because Peter Obi is not contesting governorship election with you. I mean, he was a governor many years ago before you. So focus on something else. Channel your energy to something else. Develop your state. Do what you're supposed to do. They voted you in not to go about maligning Peter Obi. You are voted into office so that you can concentrate and deliver the dividends of democracy. But that obsession for me is quite disconcerting because anytime, every little opportunity is talking about Peter Obi. The last time the president came here was for a brewery. Was the brewery not adding value to the state? I mean, is he not adding value to the economy of that state? Because he was talking as if it was a frivolous thing that the president came to do in the state. So for me, I think you should just focus on this unnecessary opposition that comes within the leaders of the Southeast. They should work on it too, because see the way politics is today, this is no longer republicanism. Don't work any longer. Okay, it cannot even work in a political setting. It did not even work pre-colonial era. I mean, the place that Lord Lugard had the stiffest corporation was still in the same region. Even the warrant chiefs that were appointed could not function because of the people's republicanism, their nature, which was good at the time. But if you are talking democracy where you need alliances, because one region cannot get to the center by two regions cannot even do, you need three regions, and you need a negotiation of the fourth region to even find your bearing in the status quo. You need 25% or 24 states. 25% or 24 states will mean that you need 3 regions and half. 3 regions and half. So you have to be very strategic. You have to be providential. You have to come in a way that you're able to get.
What would that benefit him? You made a very good statement that the Southeast needs to learn politics by coming together. If you see how the Southwest go about their own, if you see how the North goes about their own, even if they have their internal issues, they have a way of having to rally around each other. And that's why I brought it to
and
the
they
notice.
Support one person.
Would they exactly, even if they have their differences or whatever, but they will try to support one person.
You see, if I say what I want to say now, I don't want to be popular with anybody. I want maybe you will say.
Say it now. We're talking.
The truth is that people have been saying it. That in that part of the world, there is no leadership. Everybody is competing. That nobody.
By tradition, the people are Republicans. They only have no unified.
No, because it appears because there is a lot of competition. Everybody just want to be.
It's not competition. No, it's not competition. We have to look at history. You cannot extricate a people from their history. Okay, it's their nature. But what we're saying that modern democracy abhor that. You cannot use that for modern democracy.
I agree with you.
So
that's what I'm making.
You see,
I'm sorry, okay, let me. That history, I need you to just give a context.
Okay, let me give a context. Let me give a context. During the pre-colonial era, before the white man even got to the Yoruba land, the West, there was already democracy.
Established a democracy.
They have an Oyomesi. The Oyomesi checks the Oba. They have the Ogboni court that have functions they play politically.
Okay.
So you see if the Oba goes outside the tenets of tradition, he's given a calabash to go and commit suicide. So there was check and balance. Everything in a traditional way. In a traditional way, tact. So it wasn't difficult. In fact, Lord Lugard had to try as much as possible to even make the Oba stronger. But because he needed a unified authority, there's no time, there are no personnel to deploy to every nook and cranny, just to make it work. You understand? So largely pre-colonial administration succeeded in the West. But when Lord Lugard got to the North, he found similar things, because before he got to the North, there was an Islamic revivalist movement that had already established Sharia law.
Yes.
So Usman Dan Fodio had created a structure. You understand? So what they did, Lugard didn't do much. He just tweaked the Akali court and then some other little things here and there. And before you know it, there was a unitary system. That's what they need. Just tell their head what to do. But when they got to the Southeast, it was an Asafelos system.
Okay.
A system wherein there's no unified head. Nobody's congregating in one place.
Each person is an chief of his home.
Yeah, so what Loluga did quickly was appoint warrant chiefs.
Okay.
Now those warrant chiefs were given authority to now administer the people in a unitary form. Okay. And then the people they were not used to it. They
they struggled.
Yeah, when they introduced tax system, that was what led to the About Women Rights of 1929. Okay, that led to a lot of killings and the rest of that, because they are not used to it. Now, because of that Republican nature, is there no matter how you think. But when it comes to modern politics, the context is that you need to pull up from that. You will need to pull up from that, because for you to get the center, you need alliances. Okay, and for you to get alliances, you must show the world that you have one person you are presenting, not all of you. All of you cannot come out
at the same time.
Yes, at the same time. And now you're not telling other people that they should come and vote all of you. It won't work that way. You need to rally around, have one person whom you all agree that is going to the center. Then you can now speak to the outside region.
That's a factor that they're lacking.
That fact, yes, is there.
But in 2023, something was observed. That's why in 2023, something was observed. For the first time, they all unified.
There was no unity. And that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
There was no unity. You see, if today, people are claiming for the north of the town of the southeast, whatever. Let the country say today, let it take the presidency to southeast. You will see that we won't be able to get candidates. Will be war. The PDP last election, 2023 election, primary. I was there. I was part of the security committee for that convention. About 7 or so members from the south contested, and yes, they were clamoring that it's their turn.
Yeah.
They contested for election. No single person like this step down for the other. Even Wike was there from the south. So I can't remember their name now. They are all there, and they were complaining of marginalization. And you don't have one voice. Amechi
was also there now.
I'm talking about PDP.
Okay, PDP.
Yeah, you're saying your own observation at the time.
Yes, they were all there. Nobody. You can see if in that election, if Tambua had not stepped down for Atiku, Wike will win. Not because Wike is from that south, but Wike was able to play his policies around using money, buy almost all the
delegates.
Governors. No, delegates. Who are the delegates? They hold them now. They own them. You can see Fawashe contested as well in PDP, and he did not score 1 vote. It's not as if he did not score. It was a game. It was a game. He sold it to Wike. There was a game plan. You can imagine the Friday was leader. He was the leader of Ekiti state whatever, and he was contesting, and he came with 100 of delegates, and he didn't have 1 vote. Don't you know that it was a planned game? So they were planning that, trying to deceive Atiku and Co, thinking that they will share for them.
Barrister Tunji, there's somewhere we are headed.
Tambua look at the situation on ground.
In as much
realize that if you don't do this,
Barrister Tunji,
Wike will win. Is that to go and step down?
Barrister Tunji, we get the crux of what you're trying to say, right? We get the crux. But in 2023, like I said, for the first time in a very long time, they participated. They rallied around. So there must be something that we don't know about these two individuals, because right now Soludo is the governor of Anambra State, even if Peter Obi is no longer part of APGA. But even at the initial instance, before any of these things that are happening within the Labour Party, Soludo had issues with Peter Obi leaving APGA, joining PDP, then joining the Labour Party. He wrote an open letter. You know that open letter was talked about for almost a month, where he said a lot of things about Peter Obi. And like I told you, I was part of the town hall meeting. He came to Lagos for, to scurry for support from the traders in Lagos for the Anambra elections. He made the same reference to Peter Obi, somebody who is not his immediate successor, somebody that he did not just take over from. He has never spoken about the man that he took over from, never for one. So if you have an issue, why not address it personally with the person? It's politics, like you said.
I have told you the issue, and you just wave it, say it's political game. Everybody wants they calculate beyond you people what some of you are looking at.
Okay.
He's looking beyond being the governor for second time. He's looking beyond. Some of them are working on, I want to be the one in control of this particular region, in the particular this area. You see, Obi is a threat. Obi is bigger than him. So, and for him to be in that category, he must bring him down. So everything that will make him move. That's why you see the president today did similar thing in Lagos. Anyone that is in another position that has way of making way, they will find a way of even if you have business, they will find a way of bringing you down. So you won't be able to even have muscle to even if you have not eaten. How will you say you want to
complain that's what they've been doing?
That is in our Nigerian point, and that's why I was saying, Mr. Lawal, that what he's saying is right in the normal setting. I'm saying things the way they had now. I'm not saying you are not right. I'm not saying you are not right. That if we all come together, if the opposition come together, they cannot see up. You see, these people are not. They are timid. They are not strong. The people who call politicians today, we don't have people who are strong in them. Some of them cannot sleep. They don't want to even sleep one day in custody. If they ask them, say, look, I want to detain you for one day. Pay me 10 million or detain me for one day. They will plan to pay 10 million. You have an agreement that just one day I will leave you. They will pay you 10 million. So there's nobody who want to say I want to risk it. If you want to arrest me. So they are all looking for a shortcut where to be comfortable. That's what they are looking for. And because some of them, majority of them, don't have any other job.
So Barrister Ivan Sufeli, what then happens if the Labour Party seems to be neutralized? If the PDP is already a ghost of it or a shadow of itself? Because there's somebody here as part of the PDP. You can see what is happening. Kebbi State, they've all defected to APC. If the PDP is a shadow of itself and the SDP has a couple of persons that majority of Nigerians don't trust, persons like El Rufai. So what other opposition political parties are free? And then what happens to the obedient movement? Because if you see a lot of them, they're leaving. Some of them don't understand what's going on. But Peter Obi has been quiet in all this. So obviously there's a plan going on somewhere. So what other political party that would represent the interests of the people, not just to take over power?
Well, to start with, I don't think PDP is a shadow of itself.
Are you a PDP member?
No.
Are you a PDP supporter?
I'm not a card-carrying member of any political party. They are not. You know,
the
reason I said they are
it's
not.
one of our problems.
The reason
It's one of your problems.
He's one of our problems. He's not a card-carrying member of any party, and he's looking for good governance. And he wants people who are not. He will tell you, I don't have. I can't play that. I can't play that.
No, I have.
Whether you can have a voter card and not vote.
So no, my intervention. Let me see. Yeah. I don't believe the PDP is a shadow of itself because when they deputy governor of Delta State and all of them, when they move, the PDP at the center, they came out and they made a statement. They made a statement that they will go and challenge this in court. That is to say, they still have an administration. All right. They've been having fighting. They may not be properly cohesive. But they are not a shadow of themselves. Even in that Delta State, PDP still exists. In Delta State, not all of them.
They said most of them are defected.
No, those principal, the ones that have offices now, these ones that are lawmakers, these ones that are those ones.
New committee has been set up to take over the party.
Yes, so
the control of the party
so the party is not dead. So let's get it right.
No, they say dead. It's a shadow of itself.
Yes, a shadow of itself. It's not. It's still functional. These persons who are moving, they are still going to come back to that political party because that place they are going to. They are going to find because the election is not, when the election kicks in, those who are the foundational members of APC in Delta State will revolt, because when you start to distribute what you they will revolt. So some of them are still coming back.
They'll come back.
What you call APC today is it not PDP that made it up? What you are calling APC today? It's PDP. Is it not PDP that made it this? So they are still coming back. That's that. Then you talk about the Labour Party. The problem that the Labour Party, Abure, have become an albatross. He has become a Frankenstein in that political party that they need to throw him out.
How did you do that?
The court had already told him that his tenure has expired.
Okay.
The court said it. Because when the court says that the appellant's appeal hereby succeeds, what it means that Nana Usman actually was on that, and the court told him, Abure, clear. There's no ambiguity in that judgment. A lot of people are saying the court is not clear. It's clear. You understand? Your tenure has long expired. You don't have to. Abure now is a member, is at best a member of the Labour Party,
but no longer the chairman of the Labour Party.
Not the chairman.
So why is he still there and standing and
now? You see, the
CTC?
party gave him that leeway to keep doing that, because by now I expected them to have.
Who are the party? If I may ask.
No, they are divided now.
No, the point is that what is that? I say PDP is a shadow of it, whatever. Labour Party does not even exist now.
No, hold on.
In fact, they have the chairman interim committee who is in charge of the party now. They can't answer.
The only reason why they have not taken Abure for contempt of court is because
who will take him?
The legal advisor is in his own fashion. It's in Abure's fashion.
That's what I'm saying. You see,
understand?
The point is that
So
that judgment is not. It's the only thing that is clear for me. That judgment, as far as I'm concerned, is that Abure has been sacked. Nanadi Dusuma was not installed as the chairman or acting chairman.
No, she was not installed. No, a court does not install chairman.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they have to go back and conduct.
Some people are saying just because they say it's appeal succeed.
No.
Therefore, it has become.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, not you. I think some of the that's what they're saying. The party people who are on the side of
the party will need to go and do their.
Who are the party? That's the problem now.
And then that's what I'm saying now.
There's no party now.
No, hold on. There's party.
There's none.
The only person whom the court declared that his tenure of office has expired is Abure. So take him down and go back. Other people will congregate.
Who are the other people that will congregate?
They have ESCO now.
Okay. Listen. When you say you have party,
Just stay on the mic.
you have party. The only according to you, the only person that have been taken out is Abure. Was there no vice chairman?
There's a vice.
Was there no PR national secretary?
Yes, now.
So why are those people not being vice chairman? Transport yourself into become a chairman. Because that's not correct.
No, you need the party need to come together to have that process
To take decision on that.
to get a leader. You understand?
The party did not do that.
That's what they ought to do now.
Not even party. No, not even party.
That's what they ought to do.
Because as it is now, they are in serious dilemma.
So good.
They can't determine if the other side, the Usman side are sitting now today.
Yes.
The Abure side will be saying
like
where are the party?
The
court said
It's not only him that is sitting. Abure is there. National advisor is there. Some other member of the party, ESCO, are with him too. So what are we talking about?
That is a nullity. As long as
hold on.
As long as it's Abure that is superintendent or presiding over.
I'm not talking about their decision. Whatever they say, it's a nullity. But what I'm saying that they are still existing as a party.
What is
but
there is a nullity now.
Who is the party now? There is no party. In the Labour, as it is now, they have to come back together.
So who is to do that? Is that why they are calling?
That's what the problem is. You know they came together the other time.
Yes.
To say Nanadio, we give you the the permission. But these people are saying, on what authority do they sit?
Okay, now they've been calling Peter Obi.
So that's why the issue is.
Where is Peter?
I tell you, audit. Peter Obi will not contest under Labour Party. If he wants to win, not even win. Nobody can.
It's not even practicable for him to
contest. He cannot, and that's why for now it should be thinking of. That's why the people who call themselves obedient, they don't love Obi very well in politics. They are not playing politics. They should be playing politics, not just sit down and say we are obedient. If wherever obedient is going to now, and they are not going to give him free tickets that they will compete for, these obedient people will not be part of the delegates.
He waited too long. I would have. He should
Obi is not planning very well.
He should have floated the political party immediately. He lost that election. Should have floated the political party.
I'm just doing that movement.
So immediately things are happening. He would have just left. Wouldn't they have called him selfish?
No, when this crisis started now, all these crises.
But the dynamics of the crisis, you know, that is one that cannot be resolved even in 5 years.
This is a game plan. Aswaju is winning the election 2020. I don't want to.
How is he going to resolve it? The election has not come now. Let's wait
now. He said 24 hours.
You know why?
Makes a huge difference.
The other candidates will only get numbers because unless and except Atiku, Obi, El-Rufai and co
come together.
Some other people come.
But some obedience don't want.
That's impossible.
Wait, some obedience are saying that even if that will happen,
it will not happen.
Wait, now Barrister Tunji, some obedience are saying even if that will happen,
without the obedience, they are
not
politicians. That's what I'm telling you. They are usually and co. They don't know politics.
Say even if that happen, the compromise that is required there is too high.
It's too high.
So, and these people cannot ground that compromise.
That was what I brought together.
So it's impossible.
For me to say they will know they
it's impossible. If these politicians had
they would not agree.
If they had Nigeria at heart, it would have been possible. But even this thing we are saying, none of them talking about
somebody
about themselves.
Even if they have Nigeria attack, they will think of themselves first.
Yeah, that's why
somebody is not sleeping 24 hours. They will only be thinking about Nigeria attack.
That's what I'm saying.
Why can't you also join them and have Nigeria attack and do your own?
See, there are options. We are all looking at the present option. There are other options they have not taken.
Like
one of it is what they are saying about if article.
Mr. Lawal, I have looked at it. I know it's impossible.
Allow him to talk.
And I know it's impossible.
Please go ahead, Mr. Lawal. Go ahead.
You don't say it's not possible. That is one option.
Nigerian politics.
You understand? Now, there's another defection going on out of APC that some big people are forming.
Okay.
You get it? That's another option.
Okay. Okay.
Now, see, the thing with Obi is this. There's one thing they don't want Obi to do. And that is, they don't want him to get a ticket. That's why you see that labor crisis going on as tough as it is. And that's why you see the people that are supposed to take action, they are being quiet. You get? They are not taking the necessary action. Because normally, in an organization that is organized and registered, the moment the chairman is no more there, automatically, you don't need anybody to say it before the vice take over. It's automatic. It becomes the next president. The next person, chairman, and nobody takes that away from him. But what is going on in labor is the manipulation of external forces. Because, for example, like Abude now, let me use that. Let me say a chairman. The chairman is no more there. It is easy for, and the chairman does not want to accept. It is easy for an opposition to settle that chairman and use him as a mole to destroy that party. And since they are the one in the executive, it's easy for them to protect him. You get it? And keep all the instruments that can, handle him away. You get it? Even if you want to go to court, they will frustrate everything and make it difficult. The police will not act, this and that. Everybody, they will leave you so that he will do that thing very well. That's what is going on. But what I'm looking at, that's why I said, yesterday I made a call that Showore should be acting, people like Showore should be acting like politicians. You get it? You are an activist, it's very good. I like that. But you should be like a politician also. There's nothing wrong about that. You and Obi and some others, you have a cause. And you are fighting for the same cause. Why are you attacking yourselves? You get it?
That's the big question. Barrister Evans, there's no unification amongst the opposition.
Yeah,
like he was saying earlier, that the opposition don't know the power that they have, and that's why people are.
So when they don't believe that Obi is different from
Wait, hold on, please hold on. Why I'm asking the question is, he said something that is actually very vital. The opposition are actually stronger, and that's why people are calling Tinubu a political strategist. He has a sagacity, blah blah. He understands that if the opposition is unified, he will obviously not be able to stand strong. He has said he's not doing anything with the opposition party. He's not the one causing anything. But the thing is, whatever permutation he's putting out there seems to be working. He understands the strength of an opposition. So why are the opposition not speaking with one voice?
Yeah, but you know that opposition have been very strong in Nigeria before the APC emergence.
Yes, and Tinubu was at the opposition, and that's why he was strong.
They are the ones. It is APC was the last opposition in Nigeria that functioned. It was the same APC that killed opposition in Nigeria. You remember when they took power? You remember Olisametu?
Yes.
He was the spokesperson of the PDP.
Yeah.
Then the fire he gave them for the first 6 months before they got something around his neck with Dasuki and all that and hang 2 of them somewhere. Then Kola Olagbodiyan, right? Is it Olagbodiyan?
No, Kola came after.
Is it Kola? Olagbodiyan.
The one now or the one before this one?
The one before this one. Also did a very good job, to the best of his ability, you know. But the APC have made sure that opposition, because they can look at
I want to understand.
Look at the statement.
How the APC do it?
That's what I'm telling you now. They will cripple your business, cripple your car, go into your past, do everything. Look at the statement that was made by the APC, one of the spokesperson of the APC against Patutomi. You sent it to me.
Yeah.
You sent it to me. Yeah. You need to see the language deployed to make sure that Utomi is crushed completely.
Yes.
You understand?
It's true. It's true.
They said that he's suffering from the hangover of his several attempts to create a failed third force. You understand?
That's Felix Smoker.
Felix Smoker, yes. That he's what he's saying about comparing the Nigerian system with the
Nazi
Hitler, this thing, that is something that is beneath him. That they expected more from him, and
that it shows that because this government is tolerant of the opposition, otherwise
that is why he's even speaking in the first place.
Otherwise he wouldn't have.
Otherwise he wouldn't have been spoken. He wouldn't have. And when you see the way they invest time, intellection, and everything against opposition, you would know that they prepared. In fact, APC is even acting like an opposition.
He said, that was what I've been saying since. That the APC that is meant to be comfortable, they are playing the card of. They are not sitting down.
Yeah, they are playing.
I told you. I said they are not
know
sitting
the game they
down.
are playing. They know what they did when they were there.
They attack you before
and
you start attacking them.
They gave them opportunity. Look, we are in democracy. They are free to talk. These ones are not doing that. The man that you said attacked what's it called now? What's his name now? Prof, the PRO.
Felix
Smoker. You see,
he's one of the directors of NTA
Nigerian system.
It's a very brilliant. Look at the language.
I'm coming. You see, Nigeria is about privilege.
Directors of NTA.
What the board of directors of NTA?
It's not about your popularity or your influence. Once you have people behind it, this is the same person. The same person that contested to become vice chairman by election. You will not win election. Immediately, that was when it became a year after or 2 months after.
Let me read what he said. He said, Utomi is and has always been a poster child of freedom of thought, speech, conscience, association, and even freedom of intellectual aggression. Utomi has continues to enjoy his fullest constitutional right to think, say, and act as he chooses. He continues to enjoy democratic choice freely, unconstrained, and unrestrained. He has gained global recognition as a serial promoter of mega parties, mega coalitions, and mega tents, hindered only by the unrealism of his contraptions. The suggestion that President Bola Tinubu's administration is suppressing opposing views is simply preposterous. Utomi's unilateral declaration of a shadow government in a presidential democracy is in and of itself an exercise of democratic freedom and free speech in the extreme, and that it is deeply disturbing and desperately dramatic for Utomi to liken Nigeria's democratic experience to fascist conditions in Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany. That particular statement is reckless, irresponsible, and insensitive.
There was a place where they called him a professor of political judgment.
Yes, because of the partitos.
I told you that their style is when you raise issue, they will not address your issue.
They will not. They will focus. And you left the issue.
You people will now forget about the issue. You now be talking about the person.
No, we've been talking about the issue since.
About the person.
There's something I want you to understand. You get it? There's something I want you to understand. There are two Nigerians now, the intellectual Nigerians and the ordinary Nigerians. The ordinary Nigerians are the people and they are looking for an alternative. Okay. So all these grammars are in fact most people don't understand it. They don't even see it. You get even all these things you read into the radio. If you ask people now,
that's it. That's it.
They'll just look at it.
Very good.
No. He's a player of words. What he's trying to tell you is that he's a wordist. His word bank is wild. So if you his play of words. No, his play of words is the politics.
Do you know that Pantomi will have to go and employ a spokesperson to respond?
To respond appropriately with the same word trail as he used.
You know why? Because this statement is not for Nigerians. This statement, you get it, is for Pat. It's not for, because Nigerians don't understand all these things he has said. They don't care. They don't understand. Like you read it, that they don't understand. So let us speak to ordinary Nigerians.
No, Mr. Tunji Abdullah, Mr. Lawal Ekundayo. We're not, Mr. Lawal Ekundayo, we're just trying to tell you, he's trying to buttress to you what just happened today, that the shadow government that was proposed by Professor Pat Utomi, and the response from one of the top APC's publicists, he's a PR, he's the head of the PR, he's a spokesperson, APC's party spokesperson, he's a PR agent, he's a very sound man. I told you, one of the recent ambassadorial appointment, or recent appointment that was given, Felix Smoker was one of the persons, and it's for NTA. So he tells you that their intellect is just that they're working for the current administration. But let's see how this goes in the long run. We didn't open the phone lines because the phone is not available. That's why we've been talking all this while. I know a lot of you have been complaining complaining. So let me read out your messages on WhatsApp. I can take some calls on WhatsApp and read out your messages on WhatsApp. That's why we took a long while in having this conversation, and it was actually quite engaging. I loved it. All of you. Barrister Tunji, they said you're not in the courtroom, that you're not talking to win. You're having a conversation. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? 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 Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Fine, this is Paul from Ekpa.
Paul from Ekpa, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other barrister, Tunji.
Barrister Tunji,
yes, he's a good guy, but he's like he dominates. He tries to play domineering spirit or whatever. He should allow other people, other guests that are there, also to say out there. Because when others are talking, he's cutting them off. He doesn't allow them to speak.
Okay.
You know, I was even thinking that he belongs to APC because that's the characteristics of APC members. So, back to the issue.
No, don't join. No. Go ahead, sir.
Back to the issue. Let me say this without missing words. The Nigerian people are not defecting to APC.
Okay.
The people defecting to APC are the political elite that have some skeleton in their cupboard. Remember, we have CPC, ICPC, we have the Nigerian police, we have EFCC. So if these people do not defect, minding what Adam Oshomole said, that the moment you defect to APC, your sins are forgiven. So there is no person with a clean hand that will defect to APC. It's those that have issues on ground that is looking at, if they do not go to APC, what will be their future. So the Nigerian people, we the ordinary Nigerians, the crayfish seller, the tomato seller, the Okada rider, the Keke Marua, those walking on the streets, those that are being beaten, they have increased the NEPA tariff. I don't know whether you guys are aware.
Yes.
They have increased it to. Okay, one of my worker returned back from Casina yesterday. One of my worker returned back from Casina yesterday. He has gone to marry and farm. So he returned yesterday. I went to the park to pick him. So I was asking him, how is Casina? He's fine. I say, what is happening politically there? Who will the Casina people vote? Who are they saying they are going to vote? This is an Hausa person, Ahmed by name. He said, Oga, in my place, the whole community, they say na Obi, they want. And how many politicians, children, or family votes? How many are they in number? Let them defect. If Obi float a political party today, the obedient movement, we are standing behind him.
All right.
If Obi go to any other party, even Zenith Labour Party,
don't campaign. This is not, we're not campaigning here. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Don't campaign for anybody here. Oh, I beg. The permutation is this. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Yes,
good evening. Sir. What's your name?
My name is Shola. I'm calling from Ekpa.
All right, Shola, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I greet the guests in the studio. See, what I just called in for, because I just happened to, because I was not in my car, so when I entered, I heard about, which is what I've actually been thinking about, pondering about.
Okay.
The confusion amongst the supposed, yes, you know, they are supposed to be together. And, you know, I voted for Showore one time. I think during the first time of, was it, I can't remember. I voted him one time. But recently, I'm just looking at Showore as somebody. I used to wonder that what's going on with this man. Why will you be castigating your fellow brother? So, now what I want to conclude with is that I suspect Tinubu's camp strongly, APC. They have infiltrated all the opposition parties. You know, it's just very glaring. You know, it's pointing to that fact now. And so I'm beginning to become very suspicious of that man now. It seems they are seeing him behind the scene. You understand? And which is bad enough. And this spells doom for this our forthcoming election 2027. I'm telling you, if Nigerians, you know, about today I said it before. He said that 2027 election between APC and Nigerians. See, nobody will say Nigerians, though. I'm telling you, nobody. This is the last chance we have, I believe. Nigerians should come out en masse and do whatever they can, even if it is civil disobedience. You know, there's a way to go, but everything doesn't have to be violent, and that can only happen. That can only happen with being united. Let's leave sentiments aside. Like the last caller now, he said the Ghana man, he said the northerner was saying that people are saying Obi. Initially, you understand, my candidate was Oshibajo. But when they kicked Oshibajo out, I looked at the people on the ground. I said Obi is the next person, because you get what I'm saying. Well, my point is that it's not about tribe. But my mind was that Oshibajo was experienced, he was in the government, or you know, they kicked him out. And I looked at the article, I looked at Tinubu, I said Obi is the next person. You understand? So let's leave sentiment aside, let everybody come together, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and know that these people, they are our common enemy, these politicians. Let's prepare all the reforms we need. Let's push for it. Electoral reform. Let's come together, and God will back us up with our efforts.
Thank
you. I enjoy your program.
Thank you very much. Esther, Peter Obi and Soludo were UNN at the same time. Soludo wanted Obi to hand governorship over to him after his term, but Peter preferred Dora Akinyuli, who incidentally was the one that introduced Soludo to Obasanjo, who made him CBN governor. Soludo is married to Akinyuli's youngest sister and still saw Dora as rival, despite the fact that Dora brought him to national limelight. Again, after Dora's demise, Peter still overlooked Soludo and chose Obiano. That's the background to their mortal enmity. Okefede is my name. Wow. That's Evans. We're getting the back end source. Okay.
People know the truth now. They know,
Esther, has Akpabio ever gone, or will he ever go for treatment in the hospital he claimed to have built? On political actors, I only know true politicians in Nigeria for now. There are others, but I took note of these three. They are late Mr. Tunji Braithwaite, NAP, Mr. Adewale Adebayo, SDP, and Mr. Segun Showumi, PDP. They don't ever decamp to any other political party because they're in politics not just to win elections, but to pursue political ideology and use it for good governance. That's what my government teacher taught me in school as the essence of party politics and democracy. The political actors we have now, including Tinubu, are confusing both teachers and students because the textbook is saying something different from their conduct. Chedu from Ogun State. All right. At the time I was calling out Godswill Akpabio when he was the governor of Akwa Ibom State, he allegedly misappropriated, stole, mismanaged Akwa Ibom State common patrimony. Some of the callers and analysts in your station called me all kinds of derogatory names because Akpabio was in PDP. Akpabio is like a leopard. He cannot change his color. The international hospital Akpabio claims he built in Oka in Akwa Ibom State didn't treat him when Akpabio had auto crash with UN convoy in Abuja. Akpabio was flown abroad for treatment. Akpabio brags sponsoring pilgrims to Mecca, Rome, Jerusalem with taxpayers' monies is a barometer to measure low performance and weak intelligence of a former governor of Akwa Ibom State. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello. All right. Emmanuel, you're not connecting. All right. Call back later. Try and call back later. Okay. Thank you very much for your call. You complained of the mics. I think you can hear us now. Thank you very much for your message. Latarin Geobakare was talking to Tinubu for people to think he's talking. He has not started yet. Fuel is 1,000 naira per litre. Bag of rice 110,000. Let's stop here. Jonathan will be laughing, Mr. Babu. Good evening, Esther Wachukwu and your guest in the studio. My name is Francis from Jao Estate. Akpabio should focus on the alleged sexual harassment against Natasha while Showore is just trying to get the attention of the president. Please, let's call a spade a spade. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Yeah, good evening. I'm calling from Germany.
All right, good evening, sir. What's your name?
Mazi Richard from Germany.
Mazi Richard. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I greet your guest. Sometimes when your guests come out and say Igbos don't have leaders, they don't agree on one leader, I just laugh. I hope they're hearing me. Because let me tell you, Buhari was a leader of the North. What did the Northerners get from Buhari, 8 years of Buhari in Castina? What did they gather? What did they receive from Buhari? What are Yorubas now getting from Tinubu as their leader? They step down for Tinubu. What are they getting from Tinubu? Let me tell you, if such people will be my leader in our Igbo land, I will reject them. I will.
Mazi, please call back, okay? Call back. All right. Esther, please. Good evening. Okay, no. Mr. Darlington is not here, so. Yeah. Good evening, Esther. Please, Obi should leave Labour Party silently and you should walk underground for a new party, then declare it at the 11th hour. Abure should eat his party. As for the Senate President, he knows his days are numbered at the Senate because before the end of the year, he'll hear the scores. Favor from Ojo. All right, Favor, I have read your message. Do you think if Peter Obi announces any new political party at the 11th hour, it would work? Are you not meant to start galvanizing?
Yes.
Are you not meant to start galvanizing?
It's late.
Wouldn't it be late?
It's very late. You can't do that.
Hello, good evening.
May next year now, party will do primary.
Exactly.
It's very late. It's very late.
You're supposed to announce it
to float a party.
It's not just floating a party.
Are they waiting for INEX guidelines?
It's not just floating, the consultations and everything. Yeah.
And then start galvanizing.
Then building the structure and all that. You need a whole year to do that.
Nigeria. The only thing is
hello?
Even the APC.
Emmanuel Precious, I don't know, your network is poor on WhatsApp. It's when you call, it just keeps saying incoming, it doesn't connect. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening, Esther.
Hi, good evening. Thank God it's Friday.
And distinguished analysts.
Remy.
Thanks for picking my call. You see, Charles Soludo, we always oppose Obi. And that's why Obi is a star boy. Don't you get it? He's the only politician that makes Tinubu sleepless. So, and when you look at Southeast, apart from Nnamdi Kanu, no public figure is as popular as Obi. And they have to abuse him openly for them to shine. Secondly, Obi will surprise his critics. Let's keep our finger crossed. And I totally agree with the position that Nigeria is currently looking at in Nazi Germany. It is. This is an information war. Hitler, a lot of parties were decamping, even the church, and must decamp to his agenda. Hitler failed. Tinubu cannot be as successful as Hitler, no matter what. But last week, the coalition of hungry people, we are more than them, and we shall show them. Thank you.
Thank you, Remy. Thank you for calling. All right. Okay, for some of you who may actually want to call on WhatsApp, it's 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. All right. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Thank God it's Friday for everyone there. My name is Mark Modest.
Mark Modest, please go ahead.
Yes. I'm just laughing.
Why?
I will still send you a message after this because I'm just shut away. Number one, what Akpabio said, let me go to Akpabio. He's talking about Obi, that he cannot take care of the party.
Yeah.
And he's talking about he cannot take care of the party, can he take care of Boko Haram? Meaning that they are the one involved in Boko Haram. They use Boko Haram to campaign. They use it to remove Goodluck Jonathan. They lie if person use word on the radio or anything, they say is this, and where is this freedom of speech in Nigeria self that we can attack and tell these people? If you go on social media to talk to them the way you feel, they will come and arrest. If you talk on the radio, they will sanction the radio. Where do they want us? They never say anything. We'll be giving them sleepless nights. That's by the way. Now, thank God Aisha Yusuf have replied to. I just go through the Facebook and everything I was watching. Thank God Aisha Yusuf have replied. He said Obi can this thing is just like normal what do you call it? Labour Party is not APC that everybody is staying on that one man and trying to double it because of what you want to gain. You see, but this one is like that. Labour Party is like freedom of speech. If you don't want, you leave. If you want, people see this election. If they left for me, left for me. I don't think Nigeria is ready to work. I will tell Obi if left for me. I'll tell Obi to just forget about election. Maybe they don't leave there. Maybe they do because this thing. Showore will complain about Obi, Akpabio, Wike, different kind of. Anytime Obi speak, only Obi. Nobody. Obi speak. They will talk about Obi. If Obi even if you don't even talk, you go talk about Obi. No, Obi. Let me type what I'm typing. I just want to drop a message. I'm enjoying this.
All right, thank you, Macmoda. 081717563338. All right. Good evening, Esther. There's a technique. They don't start to. No, let me read message. Hello, good evening. What's happened?
Hello.
Chineke. Hello. Please turn down the volume of your radio. You can't want to call and hear yourself at the same time. There will be a distortion. You know this. All right. I think some of them are complaining of the mics. So when you want to speak, please come close to the mic. They said they can't hear you and they can't hear you very well. And they need to enjoy the program.
They're not hearing me.
Because you people are not coming close to the mics. Somebody says, let's focus on substantive issues rather than sensationalizing the Akpabio and Natasha controversy. I'm more interested in the Akpabio Obi challenge. Akpabio has showcased his achievements as a Akwa State governor. It's time for Obi to defend his record as Anambra State governor. Unfortunately, biased reporting and commentary often overshadow meaningful discussions. Abidin from Bagada. Abidin is my friend though. Many Nigerians would benefit from political education to better navigate the complexities of governance and make informed decisions. Thank you so much, Abidin. I love your consistency. I love it. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, sorry, I think I got lost. Please, I will be very brief. Okay. What I was saying that your guests, most of them come always tell Igbos they don't come together, yes, and that. But Peter Obi came. We saw what happened. Last year, last election, when Peter Obi came, when Igbos saw a leader, and Peter Obi got almost 90%, votes from Igbo people from the southeast. That is the leader. That is somebody that is at least. Peter Obi is not 100%. He's not a saint, but at least he's better than other people from the southeast. That's why southeast people rallied around him and gave him the support he needed, the maximum support he needed. And look at what happened. Peter Obi won that election. Peter Obi won that election, and look at how they debuted him, how they just just took him away from what they call the INEC and court. Look at what happened. Bring any Igbo man that is Jesus Christ, they will still fail him. They will still fail him because the way Nigeria is constructed is not fair for an Igbo man to lead or to be a president of Nigeria. Let me tell you, my sister, please, finally, if they want the politics to work in Nigeria, it's very simple. Let it be constitutional. Make it rotational. Southeast, southwest, all these 6 geopolitical zones should get their own turn. Anything less than this is a farce. Anything less than this is a farce. And let me tell you, make it constitutional that any candidate that drops, that defects, must drop his post, and there will be a snap election. I don't vote for you. You are PDP, I vote for you, and you cross capital to it.
Okay. Barrister Evans Sufeli, if you think about what he's saying, the rotational presidency is just between the north and the south. And if you look at the north, anywhere in the north and the southwest, maybe the south. As he said the political arrangement in Nigeria is already done against the southeast. With this permutation he put out there, is that what it is? No,
but it is the political parties now that have it in their constitution. It's not in the Nigerian constitution that you rotate power. But it's the respective party constitutions that you rotate. APC have it too.
They don't have it.
Okay, APC don't have it.
They don't have it.
Okay, PDP have it. Okay, so you always have this an arrangement. Okay, not a constitutional matter.
Internal arrangement.
So if the Southeasterners want to have this, they need to negotiate it.
But if you're negotiating with who, when it feels like everyone, they feel you no longer have the population, you don't have the wherewithal, you don't have the
it's not the population that anybody can become president. Did Jonathan not become president?
Well, you knew how he became a president.
From Providence. But what I'm saying is that there's no iron cast law that you have to rotate it and all that. So anybody from any region can actually become the president based on party support, the electoral support, and every other kind of support that you get. Someone like Peter Obi have the potential Okay.
Okay.
To do that, if we have the right kind of electoral system, there's no way someone like Peter Obi could, because it's detribalized and it's love across. In fact, you even have more Yorubas who are obedient that I've seen than I've seen more people from even its own region. Yes, that are so there are certain persons that come once in a while into the political fray that breaks all protocols. Okay, all the imaginations that were put around tribal and ethnic coloration in political engagement. These persons come and break down everything. Because when this man was campaigning and was talking about how to save resources, how the government wastes resources, how you could deploy, so a lot of people bought into the ideology. Whether it was going to deliver or not, it's a different conversation.
They were convinced at that time.
But that we've not seen a Nigerian politician that is telling us like on how to cut down on waste, on how to try to develop and invest in the citizens. We've not seen that. The only thing they tell us is they'll bring water, they'll bring light, they'll do road, and that is all. So we need to have more politicians in the likes of Peter Obi in our system.
And another thing about him, you get his antecedent.
Okay.
You get it? He has ruled a state for 8 years, and his performance was outstanding, better than any governor that has ever ruled in this country. You get it?
All right. You know that how we do it. When we talk about these things, we try to make money in the same vein, or enlighten ourselves on other better opportunities that can be provided to us. And actually have Chi Chomzi right here in the studio for that. Good evening. How are you? Sorry about our chair. Please come closer. Okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Closer. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I've been here several times trying to explain an important business opportunity for my people, Nigerians and Lagosians as well. This is a social media platform like Facebook. We are talking about gather.chat, GADA.CHAT. This gather.chat is a social media platform where you can post things, people view, comment, like. You are making money instantly. It's not like other social media platform where you have to be monetized first before you start making money, or you have to have 5,000 followers before you start making money. We are talking about a social media platform where you come in, immediately you post, just go to your wallet and check. Your money is already dropping, and you can withdraw anytime you like, as much as you have up to 1,000 naira there. So from 1,000 naira and above, even 10 million, 20 million, if it's what you got, you are withdrawing it to your local bank account. So I would say this is a blessing for Nigerians. Whether you lost your job, you don't have job at all, you're a nursing mother, you are not well, you are sitting at home, you don't have what you are doing, this is the time for you to make good use of your digital gadgets like your smartphone, your laptop, to make money, earn a living on a daily basis. Now, apart from posting things in the social media platform Gather, the Gather platform has a digital asset. This digital asset is the main thing, in the sense that the asset appreciates every day. People that bought this asset last week, when, I don't know whether you guys heard of Facebook and Nigerian issue, or heard the money day, good. So when this power tussle is going on, a lot of people moved to Gather platform. They started securing their position in Gather platform. Do you know what happened to the asset? The asset went up. It appreciated with almost 50% that same period, and still appreciating every day. Now, if you have not bought the asset, well, it's not late. This is the time to do so. Because if this asset appreciated over 80% for the past 3 weeks, how many percent will it appreciate to in the next 6 months? That's just that. And we have our share we sell. This share, I think the promo has ended. We were in a promo before. Is $2 for one share. So the one we sold 3 months ago is now $23. We started with $2 as well. And we know when Facebook sold their shares, it was just 2 cents. But today, one share in Facebook is almost $1,000, you know. So all these are genuine ways of making a living without being scammed. Please, I still beg my people, we should move away from Ponzi and do the right thing. So now, okay, all right. So now there is a training coming up tomorrow. If you want to understand this business well, come to this training. The venue I'm dropping now is 3 Akpabio Road, Sweet Sensation Building, Ikeja, Lagos. Number 3 Akpabio Road, Sweet Sensation Building, Ikeja, Lagos. The time is 10 a.m. prompt. No African time, because it's a paid venue. Then the number to send book me for reservation for tomorrow is 080-375-05737. Again, 080-375-05737. Send book me. Use my WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp line. Send book me to 080-375-05737 so that I can reserve a seat for you. We have limited seats. Remember, it's a paid venue. We have limited seats and limited time. So send your message to 080-375-05737.
All right. Madam Chichamzi, thank you so much for that info. We sincerely do appreciate you coming around. Enjoy your weekend. All right, finally, Barrister Evans Ufeli, we need to wrap up now based on the conversation we've been having. Based on the center, the fulcrum of the conversation we had this evening, what would be your final take?
Well, my final take is that Nigerians should be hopeful and be purposeful. And much more than any other thing, we should all participate in politics.
Exactly.
I mean, because they can easily rig us out. That is the people generally. Because we don't participate. I mean, out of just 25-26% that vote. And from that 26%, 25%, there are a lot of void votes. You remove void votes, you remove the ones that, at the end of the day, less than 1% of us vote.
Exactly.
I mean, those who are qualified to vote. So if we can come out in mass and then engage the process, all vote and ensure that our vote counts, that will count for us.
Did you hear what Barrister Evans said? Make sure you get yourself acclimatized with your political environment. All right, Mr. Lawal Kundayo, what do you have to say as well?
My own is this: Nigerians should watch out, work hard, and also pray.
Okay. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, Barrister Evans Ufeli said Nigerians should be hopeful. What should they be hopeful on? Or who? If it feels like there's supposedly a weak opposition, what should they rely on?
I don't believe there is a weak opposition.
Okay.
Well, let me rephrase myself.
Okay.
There is weak opposition, but not in the sense of politicians. You see, I've been saying it. The opposition in the country is not PDP. If Nigeria, I'm talking about Nigeria. It's not PDP, Labour Party, YPP, this and that. Nigerians themselves should form the major opposition. You can't rely on politicians to do opposition for you. The politicians are there to first to cater for their personal interest. So if truly Nigerians, and that's why I'm aligned with myself with Evans, that says if we truly want development, if we truly want change, we all must see governance, our participation in governance, as our responsibility. We can't just be talking without action. We are talking now, speaking. Somebody is saying all the Nigerians, they are fighting against all Nigerians. During on the day of election, you will not see people. You will not see them.
2023 was a major brainer.
How many? It's not the same that you are talking about. We're saying 25%. 25% out of we have 80 million Nigerian voters. We have 25 million. How many voting? Is that what?
Okay, in other words,
when you go to
Nigerians come out
when you go to campaign, you see even a particular party, APC, that they have one person who was even chasing everybody. If you don't vote, he doesn't have a voter's card. He does not have voters card, and he was fully involved in saying if you are this, if you are that, you cannot vote. Those you control don't have voters card. So that's what we are in Nigeria. We just talk, we generalize everything without participate. Participation is the key.
Are you hearing?
When we say participate, we are not saying come and contest election alone.
Participate.
Because people think when we say participate in politics, they are asking you to come and contest election.
All right.
No, if you are not involved in the system, they will change everything for you. And that's why you see that's what Mr. Akindo is saying. It's on paper. In reality, it does not work. We must have to be on ground. We must have to say, look, this is our system. We own it together. Not PDP. People will come and say, what is the PDP doing? They are not doing opposition very well. What are you doing?
All right, gentlemen.
What are you doing?
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. We sincerely, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. This is not a courtroom, so you be able.
I know that's why I lower my temper.
You must win every time for you.
Like no, sometimes when you are making arguments, you must want people to be confused and accept what you are saying.
I know. Just know that this is not a courtroom.
We're not arguing here. That's
all
what I'm saying.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming around. I sincerely appreciate your intellectual contribution to the conversation we had this evening. Barrister Evans Ufeli, honestly, well done for that wealth. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, thank you so much. To be honest with you, we enjoyed it. Mr. Lawal Ekundayo.
Tell Evans to go and contest as of rep in Delta State.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys really made me enjoy the show. Honestly, for the first time on this program, I wish we were not ending it now, because I really was gaining a lot. I was really gaining insight. I want to politically acclimatize myself because I love my country and I want what is good for every one of us. I want Nigerians to enjoy the nation that they have and enjoy the wealth of resources that they have naturally. But anyways, like I said, the program has to end and we have quite a lot of other programming coming our way. My name is Esther Wachuku. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be seeing you on Sunday for the Political Spotlight. Thank you for joining us on at VOP 903 FM. You can follow me on YouTube at Estiq Media, ESTIQMEDIA. On Instagram, Estanwaz, ESTANWAZ. Barrister Evans Ufeli on Facebook. Lawa Ekundayo on Facebook. Tunji Abdulhamid on Facebook. All right, good night. Bye for now.